Okay, sorry, I was sitting back. My computer has slowed down to molasses. I am going to have to fix it myself. No problem. It's a good computer. Um, so the reason why, the advantage of stacking the 10 string, of course, is we can do all 5 cage shapes. So we got 6 to 6 to give us the G shape. We've got 2 to 2 to give us the D shape. We've got from 5 to 5. That's 6 strings here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to give us the A. That is your A cage. That would be your A shape. We've got the 7 root here to give us our E cage. And we got 3, 4, 5, the 3 to 3 to give us our C cage. So we just warp it over and kind of mask out the other strings, and we get our C cage there. It's easy. We've done that a lot in previous lessons, so we're not going to waste time right now, because then we'll lose the crux of the argument, which is why are we another reason why we're stacking 2 S5Ls on top of each other is so we can see the transition. So the 3-4 is the top alias in the C and E, right? In the alias. So now we go back into another S5L, and believe it or not, the mirror image, the actual pattern that kind of joins, the glue pattern that joins the two of them, is an S2L here. It's an S2L. Okay, so it would be like, actually, no, it isn't an S2L. Sorry, my bad there. The glue pattern is the S4L. So we've got our 2 aliases here, and then stacked right on top of each other, the 2 opposite aliases there. This is an easy pattern to play, the S4L. It's 4 strings, okay? It's long, so 4 frets is long. And S stands for stack. So it's stack of 4 notes long. A stack of 4 strings long. We just do the 7 root. And then we know from there we're going 5, 6. From there we just start again with the C and the G. You don't even have to remember what it is. It's, you don't have to remember. I always mix up C. I always mix up D and G rather. I always mix up D and G. Okay, so here's the A. Then we just go. We've got the A shape here, right? Where are we? Right here, A shape, and then we're going into an E and a C shape from the A shape. Okay, so that's the top part. I wanted to start from the other one. So if we do this, E to C there. All right, and then we're going to start it again. Okay. You start it anywhere. Just, you can start on a 5 if you want to make it easy, What's underneath that 5, 6? It's a D and a G shape. And now we'll talk about some horizontal motion. D and cage goes to C again, but C shape now. That brings us to our next. So these string shapes, you can do them just like cage. That brings us to our next topic, and I think that'll pretty much do it for tonight. All right, so that would be this magic circle. Oh my gosh, look at that. We've got the magic circle has come back for an encore here. Look at this. And how does this really work? Okay, and we've got, if you have like say a C shape, so you're going to do a C pentatonic. That's your C pentatonic. If you take that C shape and move it up 1 string, it becomes an E shape. So don't let that E fool you. C goes to F. These go in fourths. but they're in string-shaped fourths. They're in caged fourths. Caged fourths, the fourth of C is E. It's an E-shaped F. So when we play a C here, we go an E-shaped F. So that's why there's an E there, but there are other reasons. I don't want to go into it now. We've spent a lot of time in previous lessons talking about the missing fret, right? The fret between the C and the E shape is the missing fret. So C and E are not borderline neighbors, but all the rest of the fourths and the fifths are borderline neighbors. Okay, the cage is note-sharing neighbors. Note-sharing neighbors. All right. Even with the string shapes in caged, it's literally note or two note-sharing members. Okay, but the fourths and the fifths are like bookend isolation. There's bookend isolation there. In other words, there's an accidental there, a virtual accidental. It could be a white key on the piano if somebody was playing along with you. It doesn't have to be an accidental, but it's a virtual, so I call it a bookend isolation. Now between the C and E, let's just mosey on up over to here for a second. Let's look at our C and look at our E shape. Okay. Wow, there really isn't a whole lot of connectivity. C isn't a neighbor with E. If you think of the cage word, I guess we're going to have to go backwards there to get to that. So remember, say in this G cage here, you see the red line, the kind of outline. I pre-outlined the G cage here. You go up, this is the G string shape. D, fifth of D, G is D, fifth of D is A, fifth of A is E, fifth of E goes to C. It's an augmented fifth, because we all know the fifth of E is B. So this kind of thing, and it's reciprocal relationships. The fourth of G is C, and the fourth of C is F, but we go to an E. So that's what I'm talking about a little bit. I didn't really nail the point good. It would take, I don't want to like give lip service to other diagrams, even if they're on the same chart. If we don't have them up on the screen, we can get in trouble. So we don't want to get in trouble. So anyway, we start this C shape. If we started from the first string up, okay, so I got a C shape. Now I'm going to start that C shape. Let's say I'm going to want to keep it the same. If you want to keep it the same chord, then I don't want to go start doing an F shape. I'm going to find an E on the second string and do this. Okay, so here's the C shape now. Guess what? That is an E shape. So a C shape becomes an E shape if you move it up, if you move that pentatonic up, if you move that chord up. By golly, look at this. Here's C, E, G, C, right? But if I move that C up to the third string, C, E, G, C right there, C, E, G. Believe it or not, that's the top part of an E shape. Okay, so C goes E shape, and then also if we're going in fourths, so let's say we start a C shape on the top here. If we go down a string, we go in fifths. So remember, this is opposite of the string shape directions. Aha! Look at this. In string shapes, if we go up a string, these great things are the strings, we go in fifths. But in entire cage, start cage from another string, in the caged pentatonics, we go opposite of that. Completely opposite. It's not so terrible.